Yeah, let's talk about, I think, the number one thing that you guys hear, the number one thing you talk about in these 15-minute retirement checkup calls. You guys hear it a lot. How much money do I need to retire? Haley, people want, they want some kind of number. They want a magic number.
They do want a magic number, and that's so hard because this is a loaded question. And the real answer behind this question is to look at your lifestyle. Everybody's lifestyle is going to look different in retirement. You have different dreams, you have different goals, you have different visions, and you have to look at what your lifestyle is going to cost you in retirement to identify how much do you need to save for retirement.
So what is the magic number? Then how do you kind of work backwards when you're working with people, Loren?
Yeah, the magic in this number is it's whatever your portfolio is going to be able to deliver the lifestyle that you really want. It is truly a custom number, but it's really confusing. I just read an article last week that said you need $3 million. Don't even think about retiring unless you have, but I could tell you, we have people that retire almost every single month. They have way less than $3 million. So it's a matter of building that plan. Here's what your lifestyle is going to be. Here's the activities, things you're going to do. Here's how much it's going to cost. And yes, let's work backwards. You have $1 million saved, $500,000 saved, whatever that is for you. You have Social Security. Here's ways to maximize or optimize your Social Security. Maybe you have a pension. Here's how you're going to deliver all of that within your overall income plan as a component of your overall retirement plan.
Yeah, I think people forget it's more than what you have saved. There's a lot of other ways to generate income, investments, and all that stuff in retirement. Okay.
Yeah.
We're ready for number two?
Two.
Number two is an interesting one because I think people, the question is, when do most people retire? And I think people are kind of looking at their neighbors and going, hey, you doing 65? Are you doing 63? You work until 70? And they want to know, when are other people retiring?
Yeah, sometimes people really want to retire. Sometimes people don't want to retire. They're not in a rush. But the fact of the matter is at some point, everybody is going to retire. At least that's the hope. But there's different reasons for that. I can tell you the median age for retirement is age 62 as we look across this country. But the average age that most people expect to retire is 65 plus. In fact, 64% of people anticipate retiring age 65 plus. However, there are many reasons why people may not be able to retire at age 65 plus. Some of those reasons you can control. Some of those reasons you can't control. So this is a study that was conducted, and here are some examples of reasons why people have to retire prior to age 65 that you just can't control. And no surprise, the number one reason is health or disability, and we have seen that quite a bit. But also company downsizing. This has been an increasing reason why people have to retire prior to 65, especially since COVID. A lot of companies have been downsizing, consolidating their workforce. A lot of people are working at home, and companies feel like they don't need as many, so people have been forced out of their company. Care for spouse, family member, outdated skills, or other work-related reasons. All of those are reasons why you can't control your retirement time. Here's some reasons that people can control. Able to afford early retirement, we do see this as we create retirement plans for families who are looking to retire. Let's say that Mr. and Mrs. Jones, they want to retire at age 65. We create them a plan that actually says they can afford to retire at 63. And now they start thinking what retirement at age 63 would look like. And they're saying, you know what? At this point, time is more valuable than working an extra couple years to them, so they retire at 63. That does happen all the time. Want to do something else. You just get tired in the profession that you've been working in for the last 20, 30, 40 years, and something else excites you. You find new passion in something else, and you want to move on to another vocation. Employer offered incentive to retire early, or COVID risk. So there's a whole lot of reasons why people do retire prior to 65. Sometimes they can control it, sometimes they don't. The point is that they have to be ready financially to retire whenever that day does come.
Yeah, and I think it's always good to put stats around stuff, some real research that's been done on this, because Haley, if this doesn't do anything for the people that are out there watching, I think it should be a reminder that there's never too early to start planning. If you're 60 but you're thinking about working until 70, great. We hope that that's what you get to do, but you guys have seen it. You've seen it in your career. Sometimes people have to retire early. It's better to retire with a plan.
It's never too early to start planning for retirement. And often what we see is that when people come in with this anticipated date in mind in their head, it's often what doesn't actually play out because life changes, and that is what's so powerful about having a plan, is that it's fluid. It changes with you. So if you do have health reasons that make you have to retire sooner, or if you do have other factors that make you work later, at least the plan is there to alleviate the stress and the worry and can show you what does it look like to retire later, what does it look like to retire sooner than my planned date.
Thank you for watching this clip of Retiring Today, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have questions about your retirement plan, take advantage of the complimentary 15-minute retirement checkup phone call.